It was close to midnight when I decided to take the shortcut home. I'd stayed too late at a friend's place, and the buses had stopped running. Normally, I'd take the long way back, well-lit streets, a few gas stations open. But that night, I was tired. I just wanted to be home, in bed. The shortcut wasn't even that long. Just an alley, a cut through a row of abandoned shops, and then 2 blocks down to my apartment. I'd taken it before, but never this late. Never when the whole city felt asleep. The streetlights along the main road hummed faintly. Their glow looked weak, like they were struggling to stay alive. I hesitated at the mouth of the alley. It was darker than I remembered. A tunnel of brick and shadow, broken glass glinting faintly on the ground. I told myself, it's fine. Just 5 minutes saved. What could happen? I stepped in. The air instantly felt different. Cooler. Still. The kind of silence that presses on your ears until you swear you can hear your own heartbeat. At first, everything was normal enough. My footsteps echoed softly. I tried to distract myself, pulling out my phone, scrolling just to feel less alone. That's when I heard it. Footsteps. At first, I thought it was just me, echoes bouncing off the walls. But then, they didn't line up. Mine. And then, another. A half beat behind. I froze. The sound stopped. I turned around. The alley stretched behind me, empty. A flickering streetlight buzzed at the far end, but no one was there. I laughed nervously, shaking it off. Probably my imagination. I kept walking, a little faster this time, and so did they. The footsteps matched mine, not perfectly, just enough to make my skin crawl. I stopped again. So did they. The silence after was worse than the sound. Hello? My voice cracked, sounding too loud against the brick walls. Nothing. I started walking again, trying to ignore the pit forming in my stomach. The farther I went, the colder it got. My breath began to fog, and the smell hit me. Damp, moldy, like wet earth and something metallic. That's when I heard it, right by my ear. A whisper. Why are you running? I spun around, heart pounding. No one. Nothing. Just the empty alley swallowing itself in shadow. But on the wall I saw it. A shadow. Long, distorted, stretched unnaturally across the bricks. But there was nothing there to cast it. It moved, slid along the wall like it was alive, racing ahead of me, cutting me off. I bolted. My footsteps slammed against the pavement. The echo behind me grew louder, heavier, closer. My chest burned, but the light at the end of the alley didn't get closer. It felt like I was running in place. Then, out of the corner of my eye, I saw it. Something crawling along the wall, long, pale limbs bending wrong, dragging itself forward like a spider. Its head lolled to the side, too heavy for its neck and its mouth. God, its mouth stretched far too wide. I ran harder, my throat burned, my vision blurred. I felt it beside me, keeping pace, scraping claws against the bricks. And then suddenly, I burst out of the alley. The streetlight above buzzed, its glow weak and sickly, but it was enough. For a second, I thought I was safe. But the street was empty, dead silent. Not a car, not a breeze, nothing. And when I turned back, the alley was gone. Not dark, not just shadows. Gone, replaced by a wall of endless black, stretching forever. And inside that void, 2 glowing eyes stared at me. They blinked, and then they began to move forward. I stumbled back, almost falling. My mind screamed run, but my legs barely responded. I forced myself down the street, sprinting block after block until I saw my apartment. I fumbled with the keys, hands shaking so badly I dropped them twice before getting the door open. I slammed it shut, locked every bolt, every chain, even shoved a chair against it. For a moment, I just stood there, gasping, heart hammering, telling myself over and over, "It's fine, you're home, you're safe." Then, my phone buzzed. A message, unknown number. Nice shortcut. I'm outside. My stomach dropped. Against every instinct, I crept to the window and pulled the curtain back an inch. And there it was. A figure. Standing perfectly still on the sidewalk below. Head tilted back. Staring up at me. It didn't move, didn't blink, just watched. I dropped the curtain, backing away, whispering to myself, "This isn't real, this isn't real." The phone buzzed again. "You can't run forever." That was 3 nights ago. Since then, every night I hear it. Footsteps in the hallway, a shadow pausing just outside my door. Last night I heard breathing, deep, slow, right against the other side of the door. And tonight, I checked my phone at midnight. Another message. This one didn't say "I'm outside." It said, "Check under your bed."